Hi, and welcome back to Thone's Mount Nibbles, number 11. We were in the section called True Righteousness, and we're going to be talking about persecution today. The verse that we're covering is Matthew 5, verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of the heaven. And the idea is that they're being targets for those who hate God. That's the persecution part, is that since they can't really, people who hate God but can't really do anything about it, of course, will transfer that hate to people who love God, and therefore they become the hated. Why is this in the Bible? Understand that the righteous shall be punished by the world for their stand for God. And the communication is harassment from the world, and that in some countries is a big deal, and in other countries at the present time isn't such a big deal, but that's what it's all about. The application to my life. We, as disciples, must understand that all good deeds we do in service to the Lord will result in pain to us instead of the reward which we might deserve. It is this kind of righteous act which the Sermon on the Mount is centered on. Again, the tense of the writing indicates that this inheritance of the kingdom of heaven occurs immediately as we are attacked by worldly humans. Some authors also point out that the grammar of putting the word theirs in the beginning of the second clause rather than in the more natural location at the end, would again emphasize that this is a here and now act and not a future promise. It also indicates that even though the Lord wants us to be peacemakers, there is a time for standing for the Lord against persecuting words. This means that the pain of suffering through the persecution and standing up for the teachings of Jesus, when we do these things, we are promised that we are part of the kingdom of the Lord, and thus we will be with Jesus the Messiah in his reign here on earth, both now, immediately, and as disciples and representatives of the worldly situation of today, but also in the holy eternal reign which is to come. God says, stand for the right. That is, and that's not a political statement, by the way, that's a moral statement. We should stand for what is right, knowing that often doing that will cause persecution to us. My personal response: Lord, thank you for the honor of being able to defend your word here on earth, and also being with you into eternity. And we'll see you next time.